Hi guys, my name is Michael Mordinson and I'm the manager of the Mortensen marriage agency. Today is July 29, 2019 and I have a real treat for you. This beautiful couple, Svetlana and Chris, who met in the Mortensen agency, agreed to come here and talk about their experience. And first of all, guys, I want to use this opportunity to once again congratulate you with becoming engaged. Congratulations 100 times. I wish you lots and lots of love and luck in your life.
Well, thanks so much, Michael. Yeah, it's been an incredible adventure. Yeah.
I'm very happy. The first thing for both of you, please share a little bit about yourself, about your background.
Yeah, so I grew up originally in Montana and graduated from high school there. Went off, joined the Navy, got back, figured out what I wanted to do. And that involved going to college, going back to school, and ultimately pursuing a career in teaching. Mm-hmm. Moved down to California, settled in the Bay Area where I live now in Concord, and for the last 19 years have been teaching middle school, teaching history and English. So
cool.
Yeah.
Sveta, what about you?
I was born close to the Kharkov in a smaller city, town. And now I'm living here around 15 years. Now I'm working in IT company as QA engineer. And I have a daughter. She's 4 years old. So probably that's it. Yeah.
Wonderful. Chris, why did you decide to try find your soulmate, your future wife outside of US?
Yeah, it was really starting with and culminating with a series of just struggling with the dating situation in America. It was ups and downs, but never anything really consistent, and honestly, just not the values that I had grown up with, and values that I really held really near and dear to my heart. It was just the differences in the type of women, what they were looking for. Versus what I was looking for as far as developing what one would consider to be more of a traditional family. And
Chris, why Ukraine? Why did you decide to look in Ukraine?
Yeah, that's a great question. And it was really, I was kind of thinking about what I wanted to do as far as where I wanted to go, and made friends with a couple up in Oregon, actually. Mm-hmm. And he's an American and she's Ukrainian, and got to know them over the years, and every time we would get together we would talk about relationships, and every time I saw them together they had a wonderful, happy relationship, and that was something that I was really longing for. And the deeper our conversations got, the more they started to really impress upon me that Ukraine was really a wonderful place to look for a future relationship. And he was very proactive, shall we say, and encouraging me to be looking towards Ukraine. And
you are blessed to have friends like that.
Yes, and it was very, very fortuitous that I ended up having friends like that. And actually, as I got to know them, I got to network with some of their Ukrainian friends that are up there, and there's actually several friends that I've actually developed over the years that are Ukrainian, and they were very, very supportive of the idea of coming over here and being able to find my future wife.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Sveta, what about you? Why did you decide to try find your soulmate, your future husband abroad?
Actually, I had this idea around 10 years ago, mm-hmm. but I always afraid of this word mentality and mentality and English. I didn't know I could not speak English well, so I could not imagine how I can find a connection, how I understand the person, how he will understand me. And around 3 years, I worked abroad, mm-hmm. and I saw a lot of examples how people in age 80, 85, they hold each other hands. They smile to each other, and I thought, why me? Why I cannot do it? Why I cannot do it? I should just to try. Maybe it will work for me, because I don't see a lot of examples in Ukraine, but I saw a lot of examples abroad. Mm-hmm. So.
Chris, out of hundreds and hundreds of different sites and agencies out there online, Why did you choose to use our services, choose Mordinson agency?
Yeah, because you're the best.
Thank you so much.
It really started with me looking at those hundreds and hundreds of websites, and we hear, especially over in America and overseas, you hear of the many stories of problems that gentlemen run into, really looking for relationships abroad, not just in Ukraine, but elsewhere. And so, that was something that was foremost in my mind, is, having to be very careful, of the virtual minefield, the relationship minefield that's out there. And so it really boiled down to looking for reviews that were sincere, looking for testimonials that were sincere, so that, to really help navigate and narrow down that field of agencies out there. And yours very quickly rose to the top. Just the quality of ladies that were on the site was amazing. I mean, very well educated, very well spoken. Just the length and the depth and the breadth of testimonials, and really giving personal details in those testimonials, not just the short, this is great, you're going to love it, but really their personal story. And each one of these gentlemen and each one of these ladies telling their story in a way that came across as just being very, very sincere. And so, taking that and then really trying to find anything negative. I mean, there just isn't anything negative about it. I mean, it's just, when I was researching your site, it was all positive. And people just had great things to say. And I can't say that for any other agency. And that was the thing that really stood out, was that, so many of these agencies I looked at, if you did a little bit of digging, if you did a little bit of searching, there were some things that just didn't add up. There were some things that just didn't quite jive with what you would expect from, even legitimate or sincere people or sources. And so that's your agency quickly, came to the forefront as being one that I could be very quickly comfortable with.
Thank you. Svet, what about you? Why did you decide to use Mortensen services and come to our agency?
Actually, I had experience with other agency, but I don't know why, but it did not work for me. And for me, Mordinson is an honest agency which oriented for building families only. That's it. No other way. For me, it's very important, because this is only my goal. And I wanted to build a family. Actually, I did not believe that it is possible, and I really just was checking Mordinson agency just to check. I was sure that it will not work for me, and I would say, after that I was thinking, okay, after that I said my mom, you see, I tried, but it does not work. Because actually I lost the hope to find someone, and I was thinking, okay, we'll stay alone, and I thought, okay, no, I tried this agency, because really a lot of reviews, and I always follow the Mortensen news, and there is a couples who, like, I just saw them 1 year, next year I saw them again and again, and I thought, that could be true, it can be true, so why not? I should try just to check it.
I'm very glad you did, and I'm sure Chris is very happy you did.
Very.
Guys, a question for both of you. What can you say about your communication before you met in person, and how important do you think it is to have this communication before the personal meeting? Chris, go first.
Yeah, it's super important. I really felt like the foundation of our relationship was laid out with the communication. One of the things that really stood out with Svetlana was not just the number of letters that we wrote. We started writing in the middle of May 20th, I think. And it was just the length and quality and the depth and real personal, from the heart kind of letters that were being written by her that really moved me. And and her letters really stood out. It was just exciting to be able to wake up every day or two and see a letter from her in the mailbox. I mean, it was just like, yeah, this is great. And then being able to really take the challenge of composing a letter back to her that was equally meaningful and from the heart and whatnot. And it just had a lot of fun with that. But It was really 2 months of great letter writing back and forth, and I thought that that was just an essential component of really laying that foundation for what would become a wonderful relationship.
So what do you think? What did this communication give to you personally?
For me, it's give more understanding of who he is, and sometimes personally you're shy to ask some questions, and in the letter you always think before you writing or to send to someone, and always I was trying to read between the lines, to understand better, to understand him better, to understand my soul, what I want this person for me or no. Just always think it was a great way. It was, I always, the same like Chris said, wake up every morning just to check. And I understand myself what I feel to this person.
Sure.
So, yeah.
Chris, now having this experience, you are in position to say and answer this question. What do you think the main differences between the Ukrainian and American women are?
Yeah, I think that there's quite a list actually. I was enjoying coming up with it, but really it's the sincerity, the honesty. They really are who they are. They're not pretending to be somebody who they aren't. They're very, very dedicated and proud. This is a very, very proud culture. The women, top to bottom, are very, very proud. The way they dress, the way they carry themselves. They just aren't into playing games. You see a lot of that at home. We've been talking about some of my experiences with that. And they're, just the sincerity, the level of, and seriousness, the women that were in your organization and the women that are in your organization that are seeking gentlemen abroad are very, very serious about this. This is not something to be taken lightly, of course. And that was really impressionable on me. In that we were all looking for the same goal, develop a relationship that results in a family.
That's how we see our business. It's a platform, a place where like-minded people can meet.
Exactly.
And, this is basically our vision of it.
That's right. And the women over here, of course, are stunningly beautiful. They're very feminine, not quite feminist, and there's a difference between that.
Huge difference.
Big difference between that. And so it's just, being able to develop a relationship with a person who's equally having their heart into developing a family, that they're not serving themselves first, that they're serving family, is just a remarkably refreshing experience.
Svetlana, a similar question for you. Guys often ask me, and they wonder, they don't understand, why such beautiful, intelligent women decide to join our agency looking for a husband abroad. What do you think? Why do they do it? What's wrong with the Ukrainian man? Or maybe it's not the Ukrainian man. How would you answer this question?
I tried to build family in Ukraine, but it did not work for me, and not only me. There is a plenty of women who are alone, have friends, and really, and from my side, I can say that for me it's not important from which country he is. And I really, in the past, I didn't think about the idea to looking for someone from other country, but now it's I don't have a time. I'm working from in the morning. I have a child in the evening and night, and during my weekends I spend all time with her. So really I don't have time. I wrote letters to the Chris around 2 o'clock in the morning and sent to Michael. Just said to him, "Oh Michael, please switch off your phone. I will send you 2 o'clock in the morning," because because I need to feed my family, and I don't have time for dates, for just losing and wasting of my time. And because Mortensen make for you everything, the Mordinson check guys, girls, they did a lot of job, they check people for serious plans or not serious, so it's worked for me. You don't need to think about that. You don't need to check, you don't need to ask what our man looking there. You already understand if he is in a Mordinson, so he is looking for a relationship. There is no other way.
Yes, this is true. We are indeed interested in both male and female clients who are interested in serious relationships. Otherwise, there will be what is the point? Guys, a question for both of you. What was it like when you finally met in person?
It wasn't the huge fireworks, bells and whistles. We'd really developed, kind of a pen pal relationship, if you were, with the letter writing, and had really developed a foundational friendship with that. It was very, very exciting to meet, and it was very satisfying. I mean, I guess that was for me the biggest emotion was this is just awesome to be here. And here I'm looking at the most beautiful woman in the world. She's walking in through these doors. I am about as lucky of a man as I could possibly imagine. And I probably had just a smile from ear to ear. I mean, it was just a wonderful experience. And, it was one that I had been looking forward to, of course, for a long, long time. And for it to finally be true, it was probably the most wonderful experience that I've had. Yeah.
Chris, a personal question. What did it take you to feel that, yes, this is the woman I want to marry. This is the woman I want as a wife?
Yeah, it was the fact that the letter writing and all the letters that we had written and everything that she'd expressed in those letters were just an absolute continuation of who she was when I met her in person. It was the same person, and it was as if we had been able to go on all these overseas dates, if you will, for the last 2 months. Meeting her, I mean, this is the same person that I've been writing, and this is just absolutely awesome. And it did not take long for me to feel very strongly in my heart that this was really the person that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with. And that we went on a couple of just absolutely wonderful dates. In fact, the first day that we met, I was thinking, okay, this is going to be about an hour and a half, 6-hour date.
Wow.
And we walked all over Kharkiv. It was just the most wonderful experience. And every time we had the opportunity to get together after that, it just got better and better and better. And it was really something that I can't explain. I can't really say this is exactly the emotion that told me. It was just something that my heart said, this is absolutely the right way to go. And it's the best thing that could ever happen for me, and it is.
Beautiful. Svetlana, what did Chris do to win your heart?
I feel safe with him. I feel that somebody wants me. Somebody feel more happy to do somebody happy. Like, if you understand, it's make me like crazy. I like to give more than receive. And finally, I met the person who like the same. So I like to give people, I like to make people happy, and what I make Chris, I saw that he agreed with me. He ready to go with me like 14 kilometers. I know for him it was hard, but I just want to continue. I just want to continue to spend time with him, and I didn't know. And after maybe 5 hours, he told me like, oh, maybe we go to eat something. So I felt that somebody need me. I think happiness is that somebody needs you, and I really feel that I can take care about this man. Yeah, it was not like that's it, love, but this was like continue of our story. I was more excited when I received first letter from him, and when I saw him, it just was like evidence of our already relationship, which have been started, 2 months ago.
That's very beautiful. Chris, what do you think about Kharkiv and Ukraine?
I love it. I mean, from the moment I set foot here in Kharkiv, this is just one of the most mesmerizing, incredible cities. It's, a city of 2 million people, but it has almost a small town feel to it. It's just calm, peaceful, relaxing, and it's easy to get around in. The people are very, very helpful and friendly here. I don't speak a lot of Russian. I speak even less Ukrainian. And, as soon as they figure out that, I need a little help, they're just very happy to give it. Whether it's translating something or helping with, some, little task or something. It's a beautiful city. The parks here are just incredible. And it's just a fun place to get out, walk around in. The food is just off the charts wonderful. And so it's great, it's just anywhere you go to maybe grab a meal or to grab a tea or a coffee or something to that nature. You just, you can't lose here. I mean, this is just a wonderful place.
I like it too.
It's a real gem in Europe. It really is.
Yeah, and a hidden gem too.
It is, yes.
Because
right.
not so many people know about it.
Yeah.
Even though it's the second largest city of Ukraine.
That's right. So incredible.
Guys, the final question that I have for you today, and it's an absolute pleasure to be talking to you, and not just to even look at you brings me such a great pleasure. What would be, this video will be watched by guys who are thinking about using our agency. They are maybe not sure, they are looking for maybe some advice, some recommendation. What would you advise to those guys?
I think first and foremost, you have to be yourself. I think that was one of the biggest keys to developing.
That's great recommendation, because no matter how good of a mask you can create, at some point you have to take it off. And when it happens, like if you paid attention to what Svetlana and Chris were saying, their relationship sparked because they felt when they met that all this communication they had was truthful, was genuine, was sincere, wasn't a mask, wasn't pretending.
Yeah. And so being honest with yourself, being absolutely honest with the person that you're writing, being yourself, and then really being able to put the effort into it. This is something that the more you really put into it, the more you're going to receive out of it. And this is never so true with, the 3 hours each time we would write letters to each other. Every day we'd write, and it was the most wonderful labor of love, shall we say, that I could ever have imagined. But it's because of the sincerity of Mortensen, because of the sincerity of what you're really wanting to accomplish out of this, then that being able to put that kind of effort into it really should be something that is pleasing to do.
Sveta, what do you think? What would you advise to guys who are thinking about coming to Ukraine and looking for a wife?
I think that there is a lot of guys who are still thinking, and it was me, it was Chris. I know he had been thinking around 10 years also to join Mordinson like me, and just don't think, just go and try. Check it like me. Be honest. It's only one advice from me: be honest with our women, because they're really looking for a man who can take care and save. to save, take care about the woman, and then really looking for a family. And so just be honest and go ahead and try Mordinson agency.
Thank you so much. Guys, one more time, thank you so much for coming. And
thank you.
I'm so happy for you guys.
Thank you.
Guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching this video just as much as we enjoyed making it, and good luck.